Since in the 2 years since I have reverted, I've been trying to improve on that in many different aspects. And, you know, I do dress more modestly, although I was a serious investigative journalist. So I'm not going to dress like a bimbo anyway. I need people to take me seriously, and to do this, you do it through the way that you dress. My family's reaction was mixed. My mother, she started going to church again. I was brought up a Christian. I was a Sunday school teacher, and I sang in the choir, and I was very active. And when I moved to London, I went to church twice a month, which in some people's eyes is bordering on fanaticism. So my mum's reaction was to start going to church again. And I said, this is great, you're getting some spirituality in your life. And you know, Mum, there's just a tiny little step now to make towards Islam. And she said, oh, I'm not getting involved in any newfangled Arab religion. And I started laughing, and I said, where do you think Jesus was born? Manchester? And she thought about it. And, of course, he was born in Bethlehem. And that made her think, for the first time in her 77 years, that her faith has its roots in the Middle East. And, you know, then I started saying, all the statues of the Virgin Mary, she's wearing a hijab. All the images of Jesus, he has a beard. And it makes me laugh when Christians say, how could you abandon Jesus? How could you give up Jesus? I say, I haven't. I've rediscovered him. And so that was the reaction of my mother. One of my sisters lives next door to Muslims. They're very good neighbours, alhamdulillah. So she, from their example, she wasn't that shocked that I had become a Muslim. The print media largely ignored it. The electronic media did get excited about it for a short time. The gossip columnists had a field day, and they used all their pompous invective and bile to really ridicule me, to say that I was a victim of Stockholm Syndrome. One even said, why doesn't she go back to Afghanistan? What was the point in rescuing her? And it was the reaction was quite hostile from these columnists who never see an angry person, never go into a war zone, never know what pain or suffering is like. You know, they sit there in their ivory towers, dictating, pontificating to the rest of the world. I have been called many things, oppressed and subjugated, are not in those descriptions. The Quran elevates the status of women and puts women on a pedestal, and, as I said before, makes it crystal clear. It couldn't be clearer. We are equal in spirituality, worth and education. And what I would say to those people, do what I did. Get a Quran and read it. Get one with an index so you can cherry pick all the women's issues and, you know, save yourself the time of reading it from start to finish if it's women's issues that you're interested in. I can only speak as I find, and it has totally changed my life. My life is simpler, it's purer, it's healthier, I'm more fulfilled, I'm much more confident, and, you know, these are things that some people pay thousands of dollars for to go on self-esteem courses and confidence-building courses and dieting and cosmetic surgery, all to make them feel better. You know, I found it in the Quran. Never thought I would, and if somebody had said 3-4 years ago, you will revert to Islam, I would have said, you must be mad.